Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen to another exciting round of One Piece. It's not a particularly good opener. We're going to try again. Alright, we at least got a searcher there. Okay, well, we're going to start with a Wanda, I think. Really want to take this, but I was really hoping for a carrot there. Take this, I think. We are playing Carrot from OP08. And then we're going into Jewelry Bonney from OP07. They reveal and draw a Captain Kidd. That could be annoying. No blocker. We've got 4 next turn. I'm going to resolve. And that's exactly what we were looking for. Found it. Never punished. Actually, I'm just going to kill that. I just didn't want them to be able to use something like a law to bounce this back to their hand. And I want them to not have anything to restand their Dawn with good numbers. Like now, if they want to develop a Carrot or a Jewelry Bonney blocker, they don't have a good way to restand their Dawn. Not that I have a good character for them to rest. Okay, they've restood some of their Dawn. And I was like, you gotta put some Dawn on there, at least 2. I'm really tempted to take it. We will. We'll find another 2K. There's the carrot. Well, we are finding what we want. That's always going down. It's always just going to be the carrot, I think. I'm just going to restand whatever they drop. This is the problem with Jewelry Bonney going into this nonsense, is it just continuously has a bad loop because we just restand our stuff. There's the law. That's why we got rid of the Kid and Killer early. They just replay it. No blocker. I'll give you a 1K, sure. What do we want to give them? Next turn, we're going to be at 8. I'd love to play this, but I don't have a good enough character there, so 5, 6, 7. I like this as for drawing cards. So I actually think I'm going to give him this. A very weak attack. And you can't play cards. Okay, there it is. Well, we're gonna just rest that. Back there, freeze that. If you're stand at dawn, you can drop my leader. No, we're not letting you get any value today. We'll double freeze it. Okay, here's where it's going to get bad for them. Next turn, I'm going to rest this, freeze both of them. Well, doesn't have any good way to keep me from him. What do I want to give him? Do I want to play a Jewelry Bonney next turn? Six in, too. Give me a chance at your whole board. You should attack with this. It is correct to attack with this, especially hiding behind a kid. But they didn't do it. Sometimes they just need to learn, especially because I'm going to rest everything. We're going to rest that one. What would we like to get rid of? Probably this extra Bartotomy. Ooh. That is actually going to get really hard for them to defend. Especially because they have no Dawn up. We've played pretty tight here, ladies and gentlemen. I would love to develop this turn, but I don't think I can. I am going to just develop this blocker. We're just going to rip their hand down. How long are you going to play Kid Castling? It's not going to work out well for you. All right, they give it up early. It's good for us. Deploy this. Restand. We will go 2 at the 1 here, just because we want to remove this rather than have to deal with a real freeze. And then I don't even really want to. I don't heavily commit here either. That's just extra frozen. Because they gave it up early, I actually don't have a ton of ways to get around it. We've been really good at depriving them of ways to restand their Dawn. So they're going to play their 10 cost, and they're going to freeze everything. But the really bad thing for them is they don't have a way to keep their leader ability online. Do I want to block? Not really. Next turn, I really just want to do this. I'm going to trash that for counter. Attack me with the law finally. You're actually in danger. Okay. Well, there's a nice 1K I would have liked to have. All right. I can't get that because it's a 6 cost. I can go -3 here, but it only gets it to a 7 because it's a 10. Do I want to drop the law? Probably. I can't rest this because I've already rested, of course. So what do we want to do here? Is this? Rest that. We really don't need that 0 cost. Okay. Pokey time. I just want to see if he'll give me a card for the board, because this is going to become a problem if I have to deal with another turn. And they say yes. Restand one of our carrots. Okay, we're in a pretty good spot. Got him down to 1 life, double freeze, 3 decent-sized bodies, 2 blockers. We'll be giving this up this turn for sure. We'll give it to whatever the Dofi swings at. Unless they go like Hody Jones, that could be pretty bad. They do not. Now, it wasn't really a hard choice. And they can't play little chump blockers because of our leader ability. They have another kid. Well, that's not going to help. Well, they have no blockers, so we might as well go fairly heavy at them. What do we think we need to go? 2, 4, 6. Probably the 4 king. So if I go 12, 12, 13. This should be most of their hand. Gonna freeze, gonna knock one of my carrots down. Yep. It dies immediately. Can we kill them now? We're just sitting on all 2Ks. Okay, they do have enough. Oh, I forgot to set my carrot as active. Whoops. Well, this could get bad if they go board clear. I have to give up my Bartholomew to whatever this swings at. Amateur hour over here, ladies and gentlemen. I just got so excited. I was like, yeah, end turn. Click buttons. Sometimes you need to think when you're playing this game. It's crazy. And if they develop a second blocker here, it's going to get bad. But I don't know. They're really low on cards. Always going to immediately give up the blockers to protect the carrots. I will protect these. And now you have to swing a 10 at them to get them. Is that a Hody Jones? What are you doing? No, it's another law. Pick this up? Yeah. Play it back out, get some Dawn back. Yep. That's so funny. But we don't really need to commit that hard. A straight up 9 is enough, right? Yeah. Yeah, this is like a 9's just gonna get him. GG to my opponent. That's a rough matchup. Carrot into Jewelry Bonney, ladies and gentlemen, is just a tough matchup. I'm thinking for the Heroine's Cup, this is going to be a really tough matchup, so just be aware. Because the ability to restand all our stuff to avoid their carrots, they can't pressure our board near as well, and we can just refreeze everything. And this monster makes it so much harder. Yeah, my 9 is just going to go in and whack, and they'd have to give me the blocker. They put down 1 carrot, and then I just attack with the other one. The 3rd carrot would have been fun, though. Just freeze their whole board. Well, GG to my opponent. I think we played that one pretty well, with the one mistake being not restaying our carrot, but didn't cost us because they just didn't. They didn't have the pressure. They would have to get both blockers out somehow, and they just couldn't. All right. I think that's all I got for you guys. Let me know what I did right. Let me know what I did wrong. Like, comment, and subscribe, maybe. That'd be cool. But I think that's all I got, so I'll see you in the next one. All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting round of One Piece. We're going to be playing Carrot from OPO 8 into Uta from Starter Deck 11. I don't really like this hand. We're going to see if we can find that. It got worse. It got way worse. Uh-oh. We're going to take it just because... All right. If I win this, it's a miracle. There. Give me 2K. Problem is, Film has never had an issue with drawing cards. Oh, landing me 2 1s, which makes me pretty happy. No, there's nothing for me to stand back as active there. Man, we gotta find a Bartholomew blocker so that I can start getting rid of this. This is an abysmal hand. I gotta deal with like a 6/6. Maybe that'll help next turn. What is going on with this hand? I don't even think I have a way to get the effect off of this because I can't get 8 rested. I think I have to take the Beckhams, even though this is a better character. I need something to play next turn, and I've got nothing right now. And do I play this? Have nothing up. He's shown that he doesn't have any good 2Ks to give me. I think I do have to deploy it and get no value off of it. Oh, that feels so bad. Is it better to just go aggressive? Not really. Yeah, you don't have any good 2Ks to give me. Oh, gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, this is about the worst hand you could ask for out of this deck. You're going to go searching. They find an Invincible. That's good to know. There's the carrot we've been looking for. I'll give you the mini blocker. I don't want to go down to 1. Okay. Gonna rest that. Just gonna deploy that. Rest this, restand one of those. I just don't have any good way to do anything. They're never gonna defend. What a brutal opening. No Bartholomew, double Zoe, double E-Claw. Oh, man, and I'm going to have to deal with this nonsense for a minute. Good news is I can keep that down. Bad news is they're going to have a lot of aggression here. Funny enough, if I had just left that other Dawn, I could have just gotten up and 1K'd out. As it is, I have to take it. Oh, good. I wanted all 4 Zhao in my hand. That's what we needed, game. Okay. Alright. 7 here. Freeze that. Now it gives it up immediately. I really don't want to put all my Dawn down because I want to see if I can get a 2-cost blocker off of this. So that's 5, 6. Yeah, we could do it this way. Did I just swing at the one that was frozen? Yeah, I did. I'm an idiot. This game is just a wash. Man. I meant to swing at this one. Please counter. No. Punish me for my dumbness. Oh, okay. I was like, man, I could really punish you for that. The good news is they put that down, so I guess I can do this. Get rid of a Zoe, restand one of these. I didn't find my 2-cost blocker, unfortunately. Good news is this isn't an attacker. Bad news is I'm going to die to this next turn. Yep. We have misplayed this one heavily. We've been punished by our hand heavily. It's just not going our way. The restand event's going to get us dead, though. Let's put our blocker down. Makes sense to me. Load up and play the I'm invincible. Not a lot I can do about it, though. Well, the I'm invincible does have a cost. Well, I can't actually stop that, so we let it through. I am going to have to figure out how to eat their whole board next turn. And because I've got all this nonsense, I don't think I can. Because I have to get a blocker out, too. A blocker is more important than getting it all on Beppo out. The 0 cost is at least going to turn... Anyway, that's just me raging. Sorry. I really just need to get rid of one of these. Develop my second blocker. If they've got a third one of these, it just sucks. Okay, there's what comes out after it. Yep. Yep, gets us a Nami. I just need that rested so that I can do this. That's actually not bad at all. I can get a third blocker out over the top of this with the Bartholomew. We're doing better and better. We're trying to climb our way back out of the hole. Can I kill this? Probably not. But it's better to try than to go after this, because I can guarantee remove this, but that's not what I care about. I'm trying to live. Stand up the carrot. Okay, well, surprisingly, I'm not dead. We managed to find a ton of counter right there. This Bartholomew made the whole thing so much better. As soon as we got to filter our hand, oh, can we recover? That'd be so cool if we could just recover. Yeah, put down the 2 blockers. Yep. Luckily, I have a ton of counter. They've only got 2 attackers. So they were sitting on a 3rd Nami. No blocker. Crash 1. Their plan is to load up and to do the I'm invincible twice. Give up the blocker immediately. Make them play the I'm invincible. Yep. No blocker there. Do this and then 0 into 0. Resolve. Okay. Rest one of these. I probably should have rested the Zorro there, to be honest. And now we'll go deploy this. We'll hold the Zorro down permanently. And we'll attack. It's the I'm invincible, I think, that kills me if I'm not careful. But they'd have to have another Nami. And I've gone through 3 of them. There's just no way. I'm hesitant to just give them more cards. Let's go here. Freeze this. I do have to remove this. We'll Zo and we'll go 6, 6, 7 at it. Go 7 at it. Just gonna remove this. I just need some characters off the board. Okay, if they've got the I'm invincible, I just die, I think. Well, no, they need the I'm invincible plus a Nami, and I've gone through 3 Namis. They haven't actually cycled that many times. I just gotta hope one of those Namis is locked up here. I need the 8-cost carrot. I think that would win me the game. This is what I was afraid of them doing. Yeah, one of these is going to get one of these. Do you have the I'm invincible and I can give you my other blocker? That'd really suck. Just reveal and draw the Monkey D. Luffy. I'm just gonna kill it next turn. Okay, well. That's a 4. That's... It goes there. Goes there. Okay. If they have the other Nami to put my blockers down, I do just die. Reveal a film type. They're searching. They're like, I need that Nami. But I'm playing if there's any justice in the universe. They just don't have it yet. I suppose a Dead Man's Game also gets them there if they're playing it. This deck just tends to only play film because of their leader ability. Mills and draws a Helmeppo, which is just a 2K. We don't care about that at all. Builds and draws a new Genesis, plays the new Genesis. Because they know all they have to do is attack for 5, and they get my blocker. Continues like I have to give them a little one. Builds and draws the Uta. We haven't seen any of our 8-cost carrots. So we're really banking on a top deck. Yeah, they're just like, we just got to build board. The bad news is we don't get to be sneaky about it. The good news is we just got to kind of beat them up about it. We're fighting our way out of a hole. Bad news is they've cycled their hand a ton, so I know they're sitting on a lot of counter. And then... Buy in. We're going to attack it with our blocker. This is it. This is a full in turn. I'm just all in, man. We messed up in game with that one play, and now we're just trying to weasel our way back out of it. We had a really bad starter. We're trying our best to fight our way out of it. Then we deploy, restand the 2 of those and that, and we go in again. $11. What is this? GG. Well played. What is this nonsense? 3-sword style Onigiri. Up to on your leader, one of your characters gets +6 strength. Then you may play up to one character with They had 2 of those. Man, if they'd kept that, that'd have been crazy. If they just kept up the Dawn instead of... They needed to play 1 character. If they had just not played this, they could have got up to 11. They'd got no, they'd have lived. No, they had another brick. Oh man, that was so close, and then another 7. We were just trying our best. We played out of such a hole. Seeing all 4 Zo there was really bad. All 4 Zo. This was the one little carrot that could. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? What did I do right? What did I do wrong? Is this deck good enough for the Heroine's Cup? We went against Uta there. She is an interesting pick for a leader as well. That Onigiri, man, that is a cool card. I have not seen that one. The I'm Invincible is also just really strong as well. I know she did it first and Zoro did it second, but man, sometimes you just forget they have that card. If you guys do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, that'd be cool. But I think that's all I got for you for now. So, as always, good games and good luck. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Carrot from OP08. Activate main once per turn. If you have a character with the Minks type in play, rest up to one of your opponent's cost 5 or less characters. She is the current run for our Heroine's Cup leader tryouts. First up, we got 4 copies of Carrot, which is a 2k, 1 cost, 0 attack. On play, if you have 3 or more Dawn cards on the field, look at the top 7 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 Zoe and put it into your hand, then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order, and play up to 1 Zoe from your hand. So it's basically playing Zoe for the cost of 1 instead of 3, and it gets us a 7 chance at it. I cannot tell you how bad it feels if you do not find Zoe in this deck. You'll see it in one of our games that we get to play it late, I believe, and man, it is the difference maker. You need Zoe to restand your characters. Alright, after that we've got 4 copies of Wanda, a 1 cost, 2k attacker, 1k counter. On play, look at 5 cards from the top of your deck, reveal up to 1 Minks type character other than Wanda, and add it to your hand, then place the rest at the bottom of the deck. Just a normal searcher. We've got a 2k counter in a 2/0 Milky. Activate main, you may rest this character if your leader has the Minks type set up to one of your rested Dawn cards is active. Really just a good 2k. It can come up if you need to just fulfill the requirement of having more Minks on field for something like a Mystems, but we'll get to that in a minute. Carrot actually got played a lot today as a just good chump blocker because it eats cards out of your opponent's hand a lot. Chump blockers are not really seen in the format right now, so the fact that we're playing them is just kind of nice because so many people have to stop and try and find a way around it real quick, and it eats a fair amount of their resources, which is nice. And then Bartholomew. This card is a sleeper. It is much better than I thought it was going in. A 3 cost, 4k, 1k counter blocker. Your turn, once per turn, if a character is rested from your own effects, draw 1 card, then draft 1 card from your hand. This deck needs to filter. I didn't think it needed to filter that bad, but it needs to filter really, really, really bad. Getting stuck on multiple E-Claw or multiple Zoe in the late game is really bad. So mid-game, having a Bartholomew, it just makes a massive difference because you can custom pick your hand to get multiple carrots, multiple blockers, find your top end, and just filter your hand down. It makes a huge difference. I almost don't use it as a blocker until the very last second because I value having him more than having extra life most of the time. Tashigi is just a nice 3 cost, 4k, 2k, but it's a good 2k and it is a protector against any of the blue decks because, you know, we're just trying to avoid Gravity Blade and Red Rock. Those are just the cards that eat this deck alive because we lose our carrots, which is really bad for us, and we lose our Mystems and our Jewelry Bonney. So we just got to make sure that we don't get Gravity Blade. And then, of course, we've got Pedro, which is a good Minx. It's a blocker, 4 cost, 5k attack, 1k counter. On KO, choose up to 1, rest up to one of your opponent's rested on, KO up to one of your opponent's rested 6 cost or lower characters. Your opponent can play around this fairly well, but they can't play around it as soon as you get your carrot online. And if you can use it in combination to KO their stuff and just keep your carrot freezing other stuff as a continual train, it's really good. It also is just a good blocker. Being able to rest one of their Dawns so they have to swing inoptimally or not be able to play a 10 cost, whatever it is, it's just good. It's not great, solid. I wouldn't consider it the best though. I'd almost rather have another Bartholomew over this Pedro, but not my list, not my monkeys. Alright. 5 cost, 6k, 1k carrot. On play, when attacking, up to one of your opponent's rested cost 7 or less characters do not become active during the turn. This can hit higher characters because Mystem's got an effect to rest stuff, so it can get up to the 8s, which is really good, and we can also combine it with E-Claw if we need to hold the 10s down. It is what makes the whole deck function. You need to have at least 2 of these to really secure the game. Alright, and then we've got a 5-cost, 6,000 attack, 1k counter in Jewelry Bonney. It's a blocker, and if you have 8 or more rested Dawn cards, draw 2 cards, and trash 1 card from your hand, set up to one of your Dawn cards as active. It's just really good to filter. This deck does need to filter a fair amount, is what I've discovered, and just being able to filter is good enough, and it's a nice body as well. You'll see we had attack with it a fair amount as well. And then we've got a Mystems as a 6-cost, 5k attack, 1k counter. Your turn, if you have 3 or more Minks-type characters, give all of your opponent's characters -1 cost. So that's how we combine that with the carrot, so that we can get the 8 costs down. And it's just really good. On play, if your leader has the Minks type, play up to 1 Minks type character with a cost of 5 or less from your hand. You just want to cheat out more carrots. That's just what it is. Sometimes we do cheat out the blocker, though, and it's nice, and you can even cheat out the Wanda if you need to go looking. But most of the time, you want to get that carrot or the blocker. And then, of course, the newest card from EBO4, an 8-cost, 9,000 attack brick. On play, if your leader has the Minks type, set up to 2 of your Minks type characters or your leader as active. So it gets 3 cards restood. So you attack 2 carrots, hopefully, to freeze 2 of their board and your leader, and then you play this, restand your 2 carrots, freeze hopefully their entire board, and then swing all 3 of them again. It's just really good. But a lot of the times what you'll find is you're going to play it with this card. The 10-cost, 11,000 attack, Law and Beppo. On play, rest up to one of your opponent's characters, and that character will not become active in your opponent's next refresh phase. Then if your opponent has 2 or more rested characters, your leader gains plus 2,000 power until the end of your opponent's next end phase. It is really good to play this, bump your leader to plus 7, hold one of their guys down, restand a Dawn with Zoe, and rest one of their guys with your carrot leader, and beat all of their guys down, and then follow it up with this carrot to restand this. You get 2 11k swings, plus usually your carrot and your leader. That is what you're aiming for. This is how you kind of finish the game out. And then, of course, we are playing whoever wins this war becomes Justice, a 0-cost event. And you may trash 1 card from your hand, leader, or one of your characters gains plus 3,000 power during this turn. The reason this is in here is because we're playing 3 of our stage, and once you have 1, that's all you want to see. Everything else needs to go in the trash, which is why the Bartholomew becomes such a big deal. And then, of course, we have E-Claw, which is a 1-cost event. You may rest 1 of your cards. If your leader has the Minks type, give up to one of your opponent's characters -3 cost during this turn, and counter up to one of your Minks type leader or characters gains plus 3,000 battle during this turn. Now, this will only protect your Minks, which you do need to know, but pretty much that's everything except your blockers, so that is what it is. It can be combined with some of your other cards to get 8 or even 9s down if you got a perfect world where you got Mystems and the like to just rest everything. And then, of course, we've got Activate Main, our Zhao, a 3-cost event, but we want to play it. We usually want to find it using our 1-cost 2k carrot. You may rest this stage if your leader has the Minks type, set up to one of your Dawn cards of active. End of your turn, set up to one of your Minks type characters as active. So you can rest this to always get an extra Dawn back, which is really helpful. And then you can set your Minks type characters as active, which is really helpful. You want to protect your carrot from being attacked, because as soon as this thing stays rested, everybody's going to come after it. They want this thing dead as fast as they can manage. So being able to combine the carrot with the Zoe and the E-Claw is really good for just holding everything down. You're trying to stall out and just hold their board hostage for a long time, not letting them get any good value, and then just beating them down, and then ending the game with this carrot. And this carrot's not even a bad body. So the strategies really are if you're going, you want to go second in this deck, because you're always trying to get to 10 as fast as you can. 8 and 10 are your numbers, 6, 8, 10. But your 1 Dawn turn or 2 Dawn turn is always going to want to be playing a Wanda. And on your 2 Dawn turn, surprisingly, you do want to play the carrot to find the Zoe. If you don't have the Zoe, you're going to be on your 3 or 4. You're going to be playing the Zoe if you have it in your hand, or your carrot. You hopefully have one of the 2 to find it. As soon as you've got that, you're online. And then every turn after that, your 5s and your 6s is going to be carrot, and your 6s and 7s are going to be the Mystems. followed by your 8s are going to be a carrot, or setting up another carrot and a jewelry Bonney. Being able to do the 2 of these on your 8 Dawn turn, but combining it with something like your Zhao is really good as well, just because you can get there. And then your 9 and 10 Dawn turns are going to be the 2 of these in order to hold up. But if you need to stabilize by getting another carrot and a Bonney blocker or a Bartholomew online, is what it is. These are played just basically whenever you need them. If you need a little defense, plopping a 2 down is not usually a big ask for this. The 3 cost Bartholomew is really good, just if your hand's bricked up and you need to find the right cards, but that's kind of your optimal curve, just so you guys know. And then this is, of course, really good defense, and it's good to hold down your opponent's characters because it's just a 1-cost event that rests 1 of your cards in order to get them -3 is just good enough. I use that effect a lot. It can be an okay counter, but the main is actually what I use more often, and you will see that in the games I played today. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's a pretty good deck for the Heroines Cup. It's probably going to be in the top tier. Let me know what you guys think. And as always, if you can do me a favor, like and subscribe, comment, tell me what I'm doing wrong. That'd be great. I think that's all I got for you, though. So I'll see you in the next one.